As you can tell by the title of this one might be a little heavy, but this is a real topic of conversation that needs to be discussed. You know, I get it. Y'all watch my videos and y'all come here for that little boost. You get that motivation. You come here for thought and all that type of stuff. But I drop breadcrumbs too. And I've said it many a times that one of the biggest things that I deal with is my loneliness. You know, and I know that there's a lot of people that are dealing with this as well. And I just wanted to bring a little bit of a voice to it, right? Whenever you tell people that you're lonely, that you're alone, all they do is tell you, well, all you do is sit in your room. You have to go out there. You have to put yourself out there. But you're telling that to somebody that feels alone in a room full of people, right? You see, I'm not alone simply because of the fact that, I don't have like that many friends and people I can call up to go hang out and stuff like that. No, I'm alone at intellectual level. I'm alone at a spiritual level, especially as someone that's like, in the late 20s. When I'm around people in their 20s, I feel even more alone because I feel like I'm in a room full of children. You know, when I want to talk about goals and aspirations and stuff, all they want to do is turn up, and talk about this superficial level stuff that I simply don't care about. And I don't want to project my beliefs on the other people, but it's just like, you're not talking about anything I find important, and I find myself feeling stupid and dumbed down when I step down to what I deem to be low level conversation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, what about this? What about that? Well, what about this and that? Why is it that every time I talk about what I'm actually interested in, everyone turns away from me? Everyone's like, oh, here he goes talking about that real shit. Yeah, I think it's very important that we know that the BRICS nations are literally moving away from the petrodollar. There was just a deal signed where they just did their first oil deal. I forgot exactly what countries were doing it, but they just signed their first oil deal without using the US dollar. Y'all don't want to talk about that? Oh, well, President Trump has been indicted. It's about time. You do realize if they lose this indictment, if they lose this case, you just set him up to be the 2024 president, right? You do know that that's the reality of the situation, right? But people don't want to hear that. My hobby is thinking. I think. I go out there and I try to find the truth. So when you surround me with people that don't even bother to like do one light Google search after there's something they heard on the news, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to be around you. You know? There was a clip I saw, and this is actually what sparked this idea in my head. But there was this clip I saw from Theo Vaughn, a comedian. And I don't know much about the individual. I don't even know the context of the clip. But I guess it was on his podcast or something, and he was talking about like what his definition of loneliness is. And he spoke some real truth with it when he was like, loneliness isn't the fact that you don't have a lot of people around you, like you don't have a lot of people. It's that a lot of people don't have you. And I've definitely spoken to that effect a couple of times. It's the fact that people don't have you, right? For me, it's like in regards to like my lover mentality, like in regards to relationships, where it's just like I've spoken on this a couple of times recently, where it's just like, a lot of the times young people in relationships, they're looking at what they have to gain, what they can take from the relationship. For me personally, I stay out of relationships because people like, the young ladies in my demographic or the ones that I've run into, they're not able to receive all that I'm giving. That's why multiple times I've been told that I come across very strong. I'm like, strong? I'm holding back. I'm giving you like 1%. This is strong for you? I don't think you're going to be able to handle all that it is I have to give. Wisdom, knowledge, growth, motivation, all that type of stuff. I'm here to build people. I'm here to build myself. I'm here to build people. I'm here to save the fucking planet. And if I come across as strong, if my passion is too much for you to handle, I might as well just stay by myself. It's like, and once again, I'm not demeaning anybody, but it's just like, and I'm sure many people can relate with this. Male, female, doesn't matter. It's just like, to me, I look at it, I have a bank vault full of gold coins, just a bank vault full of them, but you have a pouch. What's the point of you trying to find someone like me and I try to give you all I can, but you can't carry all the gold that I'm willing to give you? I'd rather just be by myself, And don't get me wrong, I find my strength in my solitude because it's all me. Every decision I make is me. I'm willing to accept the consequences of my actions. Consequences are just the results of a given action. You know what I'm saying? So every time I do something, it's only me that has to deal with the repercussions. That's freedom to me. And like I said, it's like a 90-10 split. 90% of the time, I love being alone, but it's that 10% that hurts, you know? And it's kind of like, going back to that point of, people don't have me. I'm always here to build people. I want to grow. I want to see you better. Even if I have to play the bad guy, even if I have to be the antagonist that you have to shut up and prove wrong, and you come back to me, excuse me, a year later, and you're like, see, I told you so. I'm like, good job. I had to be the bad guy in order to push you. But a lot of times, a lot of people just want people there to stroke their egos and tell them that they're right and tell them that they're great and tell them this and that. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm starting to go right now because I'm passionate about this topic. It's like, and I'm not here to make it a pissing contest of who's lonelier, but it'd be crazy to me when I be sitting here listening to people talk about how lonely they are. Especially women now, ladies. Sometimes y'all got to understand this too. Ladies be the ones like, when I have conversations with my female friends and they be like, oh, I'm so alone, I'm so lonely, and blah blah blah. I'm like, sweetheart, you have a phone full of people that you could talk to and waste time with. Now I get it, they're not the ones that you want to give your time and stuff, but when you're bored and you want someone to lay in your bed, when you want somebody to warm you up, when you want somebody to do this for you, do that for you, all you gotta do is scroll through your phone full of numbers that you didn't even save and you can get some attention. And then it's like, meanwhile, individuals like me, male or female, doesn't matter, it's like we don't have that option. And then with the greatness that we have within ourselves, we don't even have we don't even have that outlet to share it with. Don't tell me that you're alone when you have people in your face. Once again, I know that comes back to like, being alone in a room full of people type of situation. This is just my perspective. It's like, I don't have either side. And once again, not trying to make it a pissing contest of who's lonelier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm lonelier than you, so shut up. I invalidate your feelings. But at the same time, at any given moment, a lot of times, a lot of people realize that they're passing up on people right there. When you hear what people are looking for from friendships, from relationships, from businesses, and then they have all these opportunities that just doesn't come in the form that they expect it to be in. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, yeah, I mean, they give me this, that, this and that, this and that, but just not them. Wait, so you said that you wanted A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This person gives you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but their wrapping paper was blue instead of red. And you turn that person down. No, you're lonely because you're just making yourself lonely. And I guess we all are to a certain level, and I'm just being real with it. It's like I'm being very introspective. I'm just ranting and going right now, but it's just like this is a real thing that people deal with. Now, if you are lonely, if you are alone, then you need to be utilizing this time to make yourself not lonely, to not be alone. You do have to practice self-love. You do have to be comfortable on your own skin. But, and I say that because I want to give advice. I just don't want to be out here just bitching and complaining, but then at the same time, what happens when you are that person that's been using your whole 20s to find out who you are? It almost makes you more alone. Because I find out, I know, and of course it's always a constant, developing story, but I know who I am. I know my mission in life. I know this. And now that I went and found this, I want to go express it to people my age and people younger than me. But then you get into that room full of young people and you're like, none of you know who you are yet. None of you have even taken the time out to really to deal with your weaknesses, to acknowledge your strengths, to heal traumas. None of you have done that. And I'm not saying like, once again, I did it in a way that was different than yours. No, that's not what I'm saying. But like, and we all know that there are people that don't do any type of self-work. Everything that brings them value is something in the material. Once again, if that's your life, you go live it. But I can't be around you no more. Our energies, our frequencies don't align anymore. I don't care that you got a Bugatti. I don't care that your company did this. I don't care that you got all these hoes. I don't care that you can call up any dude at any time. I don't care. How do you want to better yourself? See, these are the types of questions that make people uncomfortable. I know I got family members that might watch this video, but you're not alone, Prince. We're here for you and this and that. But like, you're not, like, I forgot exactly how the phrase goes or like how the quote goes, but like the prophet tends to be ignored in his own village. When you try to bring up some real heavy hitting conversations with the people closest to you, friends, family, whoever, you become all that. Yeah, here he goes again. Here's Hotep. Here's the spiritual one. Here's the hard ass. And I'm like, because I want you all to be better. You're sitting here wasting your time talking about things that aren't going to move the world forward. I get it. I'm more of an intellectual extremist. I get it. There's not as many people that can get down with the get down like me. But at the same time, it's just like, but yeah, but you're spending zero time on this this level. You know what I'm saying? And I know this just seems like a little bit of bitching and complaining, but it's just like this is just where my life is sometimes. This is where I find myself sometimes. It hurts. When you follow the advice to go make yourself better, to go grow and improve, you find out that you leave so many people behind that you just find yourself in a different state of loneliness. I'm the only one that went through the trials and tribulations to learn myself. I'm the only one that knows about myself. I'm the only one that knows who I am. I'm the only one that can see the truth. And when I go try, hey, what you eating? Put it down. That's what I thought. Sorry, I'm out here with the little fuzzy boy. But yeah, it's like I'm the only one that did this. And then when you return back to those people that haven't went and improved their lives, it's like you are now different from them. You've now alienated yourself because you've risen to new heights. Meanwhile, they're staying the same. You want them to rise with you, but some people are so complacent that they just stay in the same spot that they were. And it hurts. It hurts. You go out here and you learn about spirituality and manifestation and energies. What you are is what you attract. And you go back and you look at your friends, all they do is bitch and complain about things. All they do is whine. All they do is turn down good men and women. You see all this type of stuff and you just be sitting here like, I'm trying to expose this to you and you get mad at me. It's just like, what? You see someone eating something that you literally have a whole ingredient list of how this is poison, how this is hurting you, how this is causing your problem, how this is doing that. And then they go, well, I like this, so I'm gonna eat it. And it's just like, yeah, even I deal with that from time to time. But it's just like, but that's straight up poison. Like, you cannot validate how you are eating red dye 40. Sodium benzoate, whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're eating this stuff that is literally just made to make food taste good. Even though that it tastes good, it kills you. That's just like drinking like some honeydew from some plant out there in the Amazon. It tastes sweet. It smells sweet, but it makes your kidneys shut down. But it tastes good though. And it's like, you want me to spend my time with you? I'd rather be by myself than be around people like you. Y'all still living in this world of you slaves to your bodies. Like for me, I alienated myself again with the semen retention route. When I speak to men about this, I'm like, hey, yeah, I practice this thing called semen retention. Like, okay, older 40, 50-year-old man, when you bust that nut, when you fucking with all your hoes and stuff, who's more likely to fall asleep first, you or her? Well, yeah, because I put in that work. Shit, I take my nap after I'm done. Well, yeah, that means you just lost all of your energy. That means you just went to sleep after you were done with what you were doing. Like, you had to fall out. You had to recover based off of that action. Now, imagine how more vital you feel when, when you all horny and antsy, you'll stay up till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get that booty call. You got all the energy in the world. But the second that you send that energy out, all of a sudden you want to pass out and go to sleep. And you think that there's nothing to think about with that. Once again, we can come to different conclusions in regards to that topic, but you just didn't even give that a second thought. And I'm the crazy one. All these ancient texts, all these religious texts, all these occult wisdoms, and they talk about this type of stuff. The people that control the world know this type of stuff. That's why they make pornography free. That's why they make it so hard to get organic fruits and vegetables that actually have seeds in them. They make it damn near impossible. But when I bring this up to you, I'm the crazy one? Because I went out here and educated myself? Yes, 90% of the world is fucking stupid because they think that everything that school taught them is the truth. But no, I go out here and I go against the grain. I stand against what society has taught us to be true, and now that makes me alone. Everyone says, I'm different, but there's 8 billion other people saying how different they are. It's the people that are truly different that don't really have to go out here and say they're different. I get it, I say it up here for the videos and such, but in my real life, everyone tells me that I'm the different one. I don't have to tell people that. Don't let the YouTube in my real life, confuse you. You know what I'm saying? It's like if all of you were saying you're different, then none of you are different. If you highlight the entire page in the book, you've effectively not highlighted anything. You're supposed to highlight key sentences, key words, key notes in the pages. But if you highlight the entire book, nothing is highlighted. Nothing stands out, but then when you stand out from the norm, you're the one that's called crazy. In regards to David 91, it's like we now live in the world where the unhealthiest people are controlling the healthy people. Or like, using a personal story. The chick, the HR lady in my past company, she showed up to the office with the flu multiple times, but she's the one that's like enforcing all the David 91 policies and such. Wait a minute, you're the one that comes to the office sick. In the 4 or 5 years that I've been here, I've never used a sick day. But you, the one that's always sick, has the nerve to tell me that I'm the problem? Because I chose not to do something, because I actually did the research into certain things. Once again, I'm being very vague with my wording with that on purpose. But nevertheless, that's just the type of stuff that I'm talking about. When you're different, you're alienated. They don't want you to be different. They want you to be normal. Once again, it's not a slight, it's not a jab. But, in Japanese culture, the nail that stands tallest tends to get hammered down. So they just say they don't like people standing out. You have to be normal. You have to be this and that. I couldn't live in that society. I value authenticity. I value uniqueness. But the thing is, when you speak on this regard, when you speak against the grain, every time you go against the grain, people just react first. They don't think about anything. I'm in the 1% because I abide by the principle of I don't care what you think. I don't care what your final conclusion is. Why do you believe what you believe? And a lot of people simply don't think. So yes, I'm alone in a room full of people because I'm the only one that's analyzing. I'm the only one that's thinking about the things that's happening here. I'm the only one asking myself, does me being in this room full of people serve me in this moment? That's what makes me alone. It's because I'm the only one thinking. What's your favorite hobby? Man, I be trapping. Yeah. I love Instagram. I love doing TikTok videos. That's great. Is that playing an impact on the world? No. Then it's just my opinion. I don't want to project onto you, but that's just a waste of time then. My hobbies are thinking. My favorite hobby is thinking. I think about everything. I am a part of everything. I think about my God. I think about religious practices. I think about politics. I think about technology. I think about nature. I think about integrating nature and technology. I think about a world with zero technology. I think about a world with zero nature. And I think. And the more that you think, the more that you work on yourself, the more that you grow, the more that you get back into your bag that's going to benefit the world, you quickly realize that real recognize real. And 99% of the world be looking mighty unfucking-familiar. I'm over here working towards something. When I see people grinding, when I see people hustling, when I see people making their own way, I'm just like, yo, good job, bro. But we've also been taught about this competition. If you're not first, you're last mentality. That's bullshit. There's more than enough money to go around. They be printing money like it's like a monopoly money out here. And no one wants to pay attention to that. How much them eggs cost? How much that bread cost? How much all this stuff cost? And you say there's not enough money? Some of y'all are still stuck with racism. Some of the craziest rednecks out there and some of the hood people would be the best of friends if they just stopped looking at race. Some of these, and my so-called black people, I be getting so pissed off with y'all when you blame the white man for everything. It's the white man's fault. No, the white man didn't tell you to go buy Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada, a whole bunch of name brand freaking I almost said firms, but name brand companies and such that made damn clear they don't want your black ass wearing their stuff anyway. And you'll ignore the black person that makes their own company and they charge $500 for a purse. You get mad at them, but then you go blow $3,000 on some Italians, some Swedish brand. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about it's the white man. It's your dumb ass fault. You know what I'm saying? But I'm an Uncle Tom if I bring that type of shit up. It's division. I'm here to bring people together, but sometimes you have to highlight the hard truths. You just want to live in that divided world because it gives you your excuse. It gives you validation for your lack thereof success in your own personal world. Be the example of what you want to be in the world. You know what I'm saying? Be the example. I love white people. I love Asian people. I love polka dot people. I love people with vitiligo. You know, people with Down syndrome have a special place in my heart because they're the most loving individual entities on this planet. They will hug you, give you a little kiss on the cheek because they just want to show love and respect to people. Learn something from these people, but we look down on people that have mental disabilities, you know, physical ailments and such. I put a video up a few days ago, a whole bunch of paraplegics doing crazy things. There's a dude out here with no arms doing box jumps, conquering his fears. He couldn't jump on that fucking box. He couldn't jump. He felt so alone and isolated. But the second that he hit this new level of himself, he just felt the world open up for him. And that's what I want to do for people. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting passionate because I can't lie, tears are coming to my eyes, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's just like for all you lonely people out there, you just gotta grow. You just got a gestation period. You're just that seed that takes a little bit longer to sprout. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find your thing. I know what's painful. I know what's hard. I know I'm the one that seems like I got everything figured out. And that's the thing that be pissing me off. Everyone thinks I have everything figured out. I'm figuring shit out as I go too. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had that video of me telling stories about me in high school where, like, you know, I consider myself a late bloomer. You know, I felt weird that I didn't have a girlfriend in high school. It, like, you know, like, it's like it felt weird, but like I didn't care. I felt weird that I didn't care all that much. You know, as an adult, I still don't. You know, it's just, but I feel weird. That's just okay though. Wait a minute. I've been like, that's why I question everything. I think. Manifestation, semen retention, eating healthy, all that type of stuff. Why am I doing all this dope shit that makes me so amazing, but like I'm still alone? You know, and sometimes it honestly feels like you gotta lie to yourself sometimes. Sometimes it feels like you gotta trick yourself sometimes. You know, it really does feel like that from time to time. Oh, it's just my gestation period. You know, it's like it ain't my time yet. It ain't my time yet. Well, goddamn, can I get like a little snack before dinner? Can I get a little something to know that like I'm on the right track? It's nice knowing that you have all the power within you, but like, and sure, you don't need, you know, we've all evolved from that level of needing external validation, you know, but at the same time, it's just like, well, damn though, like, why am I not appreciated? You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be crazy when you be watching the internet and you hear people talking about what they want in relationships and stuff, and you be like, I'm all of that. But if I were to be right there in front of you, you wouldn't see me in my original point. You know, like, you know, I'm just not in the wrapping paper that you expected, even though everything within is exactly the same. You know, people think they know what they want until it's right there in front of them. Like, especially when it comes in regards to relationships, you know, everybody, well, what's an ideal relationship for you? I don't know. I stopped trying to put parameters on things, and that makes me weird too. I stopped putting parameters on things. I stopped having expectations. I'll just know it when I see it. I'll know it when I feel it. You know, it's a video I might talk about right after this one, but like, oh my God, it's just like, you know, it's hard sometimes. And, you know, I just wanted to give a voice to that. It's hard being alone because people don't recognize your greatness just yet. And that's okay. Whether that's a lie or that's the truth that you got to tell yourself, hey, it's enough to keep me moving forward. It's enough to keep you moving forward. It ain't your time yet. I don't even want to say that. I get tired when I say that to myself, but it's the truth. It's just not your time yet. Keep growing, keep learning, and eventually everything's going to make itself clear to you. Hope that helped. Till next one.